we made a web application that helps improve social skills in children with autism using eye tracking technology. And I am Jenna. I'm Jenna.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Coco. And together we programmed this web application. So,
yeah. Okay, so when we were developing the app, we had three major phases of our process. So first we started off brainstorming, and then we went to research, and then we went to development. So when we were brainstorming our app, before we even knew the style of app we were going to make, we had 4 key factors that we wanted to pinpoint. We wanted it to be very scalable, affordable, accessible, and we wanted to make sure it was feasible. So scalability was very important to us because in a normal research setting, you're only able to connect with the amount of people you can see in person. And we found that, or we thought that by using technology, you'd be able to reach so many more people, especially because of a website, then you can go global with it. Affordability, we found that many apps or technologies that are used for autism are sometimes very costly, and that's not it's like you want them to be affordable so the most amount of people can use them. Accessibility was also very important to us. We wanted our app to be easy to use. We wanted people to use it, and feasibility was just a matter if we were able to make this app with the skills and resources we had at the time of our development.
So our next step was researching. First, we decided on making a topic about autism, and this was because of my foster sister, and we noticed that it's very hard for social skills to develop among children with autism, and that really affects their life. So because it was such like a serious matter and we thought it was really important, we wanted to really make sure that we researched it thoroughly before making any kind of advancements in our research. So we contacted professionals from TASK, the team of advocates for special kids, and the head of PCDA, Professional Child Development Associates. And from this, we were given many tips and advice that really helped us throughout our process and helped us with developing our app. And so next, we decided to research the code. We wanted to find really effective eye tracking technology so that it would obviously be able to work with our application and that it was affordable. And because WebGazer was the most accurate and the cheapest one, we decided to go with it. We also decided to write in the coding languages HTML and JavaScript because they were the most popular web applications. And we knew from the start that we really wanted to be able to store the data that was taken in each game and each time we played. So we needed to find a database that could store our accounts, and we used Firebase, and it also made new accounts with authentication. And this way we could store the personal data with exactly who the accounts personally. And then our last one is we wanted to research the other social development softwares. So we went online and we downloaded all the different types of applications. And from this, we quickly realized that it was just flashcards and storytime apps, and these weren't as interactive in any way possible. So this is where we decided to move on from that and apply new technology to the application.
So as far as developing our website, we first began by how to just like learn HTML and JavaScript because none of us knew how to do that. So through like tutorials and help from teachers, etc., we were able to learn well enough that we could program our website in these languages. Then we had to figure out how to implement WebGazer into our web application. WebGazer was really appealing because it seemed like easy to implement, but as beginners in JavaScript, it became like a big challenge, and that was something that we worked really hard on to make sure that WebGazer was accurate and well implemented into our web application.
Okay, so the app we did end up developing it's a game. So we intend to target kids from ages like 4 to 7 or 8. And it's a game that can be used at like maximum 30 seconds every day. And it's a video, such as, we're going to show a demonstration later. It's like a video of a child like asking questions and interacting, and the kid who's going to be using it, the user, will be interacting with that video. And while they're doing that, our eye tracking software will be able to see where their eyes rest on the screen, and over time, hopefully their eye contact will improve. So the 4 main features of our app that we were able to succeed, it is easily accessible, it's very easy to use, registration is very easy, and you never really see the data that you're creating. It's all very game-like. It's affordable, accounts are free, and they can be accessed for free by any computer with a camera. It's very interactive, the videos are happy, they're engaging, and with the kids we've tested it with, all of them have engaged with the videos, even though the videos aren't necessarily responding to them. And also we've realized that our app is actually rather groundbreaking because there's no similar app with the same functionality that our app has. We like to say like double channel information exchange, so it's like while the kid is learning and while the kid is developing, we're also studying the kid as they are using it. And one other major part of our app is that it is scaled. It's able to be used anywhere in the world from any computer, and we're able to reach a lot more people that way.
So next, moving on to the impact of our application. It was designed because children with autism in this situation, it's not because they're like uninterested or because they're unable to understand. It's mostly that the situation itself makes them incredibly uncomfortable. So by having a more friendly face on our visual and just practicing every day, we're able to decrease the stress and anxiety, and they can gain the amount of confidence so they can take these skills out in the real life and be able to make new friends. Another specific point in our visual is that it asks questions that help children with autism express and identify their emotions. So it asks questions like, how was your day and how are you feeling right now? Which also on the screen identifies like happy and sad, so they know instead of flashcards what it looks like, and they're able on a daily basis to express how they feel. And this way they can take these skills and form real connections and make stronger friendships that can improve their life as a whole. And so right now we're at our distribution process. So we're trying to get testing subjects, and we've been connecting with the organizations like TASC and PCDA, and we've been handing out flyers, and so far we have several test subjects, and we're going to move on our testing process very soon.
And now as far as our goals for the future, so we're very happy with how our web application has come out so far, but there are some things in the immediate future that we would really like to improve on. First, we really need more levels that increase in difficulty as you move on, so that it's more fun and more durable for like long-term users. In addition, we want to create a more personal reward system. Currently, we just have like a little GIF that pops up at the end. It's like, congratulations on completing this level. But we really would like to make it more based on the data that you actually had in the app. So like how well you did affects the reward that you receive. And then we just need to continue our testing process to get more feedback so we can improve the website.
Thank you.
Yes.
And so you just go to play, and then registering is very easy. You just put in your email, but I'm just going to go into my account or Coco's account.
Sorry?
This red dot, the really agitating one, that is where your eye is actually. So that's like So first you're doing it by calibrating web user, so it's more accurate.
My web user is the number of clicks that has a recursive formula that, based on like assuming you're knowing where pointer is, it's able to calibrate its eye position so that as you're interacting with the web page, it gets better, and that's just what this calibration window is.
So now we have level 1.
The audio is going to work.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
Yay, I'm so excited. How was your day?
My day was very good.
So you can see where his eyes are looking on the screen with the red dots. You can see how he's looking at her face.
What time to do for fun?
I don't know.
Is this this?
And then we're able to see like how often they're actually looking.
Yeah.
Bye, and have fun.
Bye.
And so now you can take a look at what our code is outputting. Wait,
Yeah. We can show you the database as well that we just.
So
You can see like that's the tally, the
Yeah.
630 number that keeps increasing.
So this is how many times that, so
We
it's still
actually-
going right now.
Yeah.
We stop it, like when we store it, it wouldn't continue going. But
Yeah.
you can see like that's how many times you're actually looking in this like rectangle.
There you go.
Yeah. So should we go to the database and show
Yeah.
when the data is collected on us?
So just explain, part of it takes in the actual coordinates and then
So you want to explain how this works?
Yeah, so basically like we record where the coordinates are throughout the entire process from the minute the video starts to the second the video ends. And we then take those coordinates and we see if they're in this particular like rectangle, which is like the eyes, this rectangle in the video. If you're in that section, it increases. So like your score tallies. And then we record that when the video ends, that tally is what goes stored to the database. And so like your email login, and then the date that you played. So we can see like what time and day you played with what score. So we can see like the more you play it, are you improving?
So does anyone have any questions? We're gonna show you the database after of where it's stored, but in the meantime, questions, yeah?
So this is a therapy for autism, correct?
It's like a practice mechanism, it's like a practice game, so it can
Okay.
develop.
Is this, I know a little bit, but like what type of therapy would you call this? Because I know there's different types.
Yeah, social skills, like development.
Social? Okay.
Okay.
Any other
It's
questions?
difficult. It's not like-
So basically, if we don't get this up, it's just that we have a database, and so you can see that after every account is made, it creates its own little subject of the account, and then every time they play, it then goes to our database, as in the date, the time, and everything, and the number of times that they made eye contact with the girl on the screen. So this way, we're going to use for our testing subjects is that during this process, we can see day to day if first they've been using it daily, and second, how if their numbers of eye contact has improved or like anything. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
So
so-
Coco Kaleel, and it would be the
This
last
last
one.
one, yeah.
So that was May 19th. And he got a score of, he in 30 seconds made eye contact 563 times.
What's average? Like what's a good
We've
score?
been playing many times. It's usually around that area.
Yeah,
For
if you're
us.
making a lot of eye contact.
Yeah.
If you're
And
not-
what's low end? What
The
have
low
you
end is in
seen
the hundreds
Yeah.
in the hundreds?
or less.
Or, yeah, if you're not
Right.
looking at the screen at all.
Yeah, we can also tell, there was a little, I don't know if you noticed, there was a little green box in the corner, and that tells if like your face is even in the screen, if you're even looking at the screen, and if it's red, then it'll not even count anything because it won't be able to see where your eyes are, so we can also tell if they're not even looking at the screen.
Because that happens.
Yeah, that does happen.
Do the kids that are playing it have an incentive to know if I look here, I get more points, or
That's sort of why we want to increase
the,
the
the next level?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk, I think, more, and then we're gonna figure out like strategies
Yeah.
for,
The best way to make it more.
To incentivize it for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
All right, that's great.
That's great.